Okay, so I know I said the Prime P1 was pretty smart, and it is, but products evolve. Mooer have got smarter, and the Prime P2, that's no exception. Dare I say it, it's almost as smart as me. Today's video is sponsored by the lovely people at Mooer, and they are paying me to make this video, but they didn't exactly pop around and help me out with the script. I'm in charge of what I say. Besides, if they're coming in to my house and using my electric, popping the kettle on every 5 seconds, that would have been twice as expensive. Believe me. So can the Prime P2 really eliminate the need to carry around a large number of different pedals? Well, yeah, obviously it can. Before we delve into the brain, let's see what the device itself has to offer. On the top, you've got a 1/4-inch jack input and a 1/4-inch TRS jack output, which means you can actually use a TRS splitter adapter to achieve a stereo out if you want as well. You've also got the little 1/8 inch or 3.5mm headphone jack on the top there in the middle. You also have a MIDI jack on the side, which is also 1/8 inch, 3.5mm, if you want to connect it to a MIDI controller. So what else is new? Well, this 1.3-inch touchscreen on the front is definitely new. We had a little spinny wheel before. What comes after the spinny wheel in the history of technology? Touchscreen. What I like about this is you can easily change between the different presets, and you can also swipe left and right to go through the different banks. If you swipe down or up, depending on which way you want to describe it, you also have access to volume, the Bluetooth audio settings, and the Bluetooth settings for connecting to the wireless foot switch. You also get access to chromatic tuner. Now this is really cool because if you've got your pedal set up, then you can now just use the device without actually having to get your phone out. If you want to tweak presets, yeah, but having the tuner, audio, swiping to different banks, it's a really nice touch. No pun intended. When the P2 is turned off and you plug it in to charge, the screen also shows you what percentage of charge the battery's on. Just underneath the touchscreen, you've also got this LED indicator strip, which lights up different colors to detect signals, so green, yellow, red. For all you noisy buggers out there who like to peak. If you hear about you peaking on red, you're in trouble. Even the power button is smart. A long press will obviously turn it on and off, but one quick little press and it will lock the screen. So you lot can keep your grubby little mitts off my tone. You'll be pleased to know that the USB-C port on the side will charge your integrated rechargeable 3000 milliamp hour battery, and you get about 5 hours of playback time from that. But it also acts as a USB-C port to plug into your phone for on-the-go recording. You'll need an adapter for that, or you could plug it straight into your computer and use it as an interface to record straight into your DAW. And don't forget, you can also get the free Prime app for mobile for easy editing, organizing, storing sounds on the cloud, or downloading custom presets. You can also get the Mooer Studio app for desktop, which allows you to transfer IRs as well as make backups of the device as well, which is a really cool feature. It's pretty slick, it's pretty straightforward, it's pretty smart, it's pretty good. Now let's delve into the brain. It's not called the brain. I just like to call it the brain because I said so. First of all, we've got 52 different amps that we can select from, and they are created using MNRS, which is Mooer's nonlinear response sample technology. And you can also download your own GNR files from the cloud or third party, and you get 10 different slots at the bottom here, which you can fill up. There's 25 different cab sims, as you can see here. And they also give you, again, 10 slots to fill up with your own third-party GIRs or impulse responses. There are 57 different effects, classic ranging to experimental. Here we've got a phaser, but you can see if we come out of the modulation settings, we've got EQ, reverb, delay, filter, dynamic. I wonder what Jimmy OD does. We'll find out later. Again, there's 80 different presets which are organized into banks of 4. Can you do the maths? That's 20 banks of 4. I didn't have to think then. I've been practicing my maths. Used to play darts at the pub. Easy. 2 double tops. Or treble 20, double 10. Look, we're not playing darts. We're doing a review. If you hit the P2 in the top left and tools, you can see the other smart features here like drum machine, tuner, looper. Now the drum machine has got 56 different grooves. And if you scroll right down to the bottom, you'll also find 4 different metronomes. If you're wondering where the metronome's gone, it's integrated into the drum machine. Tuner in the middle with the option to mute it. Moving on to the looper, obviously you can sync the drum track to the looper, which is a nice feature. And you actually get a total of 80 minutes broken up into 10 8-minute loops. 80 minutes! That should be more than enough time for you to get your song idea down. Believe me. Oh yeah, it's worth pointing out that you can obviously control that looper and the tuner with the wireless foot switch. And of course, again, the P2 supports the Tone Cloud feature, so you can download official presets or different user presets. There's loads to choose from. And of course, there's Bluetooth audio, which means that if you want to jam along to one of your favorite tracks, you can send that to the Prime P2, and you can head to the mixer in the top right and you can blend in USB, Bluetooth, your instrument, get the perfect balance. And also there is a little vocal channel there as well for if you're using a mic headset. I did a little bit of research into Mooer's GNR amp sampling and GiR cab sampling technology. And don't forget, you also have the ability to upload your own third-party presets. But I wasn't familiar, so I thought I'd share this with you. MNRS, Mooer's non-linear response sample technology, is developed by Mooer engineers based on their years of experience with sampling technology. Now Mooer has improved the MNRS engine in version 2.0. With better tone quality and dynamic response, users can create their own sample files with GE Labs, the free multi-effects mobile app from Mooer, and then download those files onto GE series devices, such as the Prime P2. GNR and GiR files are 2 different formats of the MNRS files. The GNR file extension denotes an amp model file, while the GiR file extension is for the cabinet simulation file. So there you go. If you were like, why am I loading all these Guns N' Roses files? You're not. That's amp sampling technology. So now we've got the Prime P2 hooked up. I'm going from my Les Paul into the Prime P2, which is on the floor. Straight out of that into Logic. I have got the Prime app on my iPhone, and I've also got the wireless foot switch connected to the Prime P2. This is called Rain. Could be a bit rainier though, couldn't it? Let's whack that reverb up, shall we? And let's add a chorus. Again, I'm going to put that in front of the amp. You get a nice little taptic feedback when you press and hold on an effect, which is nice. Very nice. Now, if I wanted to maybe change that overdrive to something, let's check out that Jimmy OD and see if it pushes the amp a little bit. So I've just loaded the J800 and obviously it's cranked, so we're getting quite a bit of noise. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add an effect called Noise Killer. And would you listen to that? It's got rid of all of the noise. I'm going to press and hold and drag that to the front because that's where I like it. A suede preset. Do you reckon it's from this song? Maybe, who knows? Okay, one more. Calm down. Hey, calm down, calm down. Looks like Mooer. I've got a Scouse sense of humour. Maybe it's that. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to head to the cloud, go to official, and I'm going to download one of their amps. So let's scroll down, see what we've got. Here's one based on Tone King. So I'm going to download that and I'm going to put it into this empty third slot. And I'm also going to download one of their cabs as well. Let's see if we can find something to match. We got a Tone King here, 112 cab. I'm going to put that in my 10th spare slot. And now I'm going to change that amp to the Tone King. Let's get rid of this overdrive. And I'm going to change the cab to match. Just put in a little bit of a spring on that. Here we go. Bit of an old school Kings of Leon vibe, that one. I like it. Sorry about that, but obviously because the tone was so good and authentic, something quite special happened. Moving on, I'm going to head to the drum machine. Let's go for a little blues beat, shall we? Tap tempo. Oh, I like this one. Right, let's head over to the looper. Turn on drum sync. Let's make a loop, shall we? Top of my head. is that? Doesn't matter. It's about functionality. Let's say I'm not happy with that take and I know I can do better. I'm going to hit play and then that little arrow next to it, and it makes it go away. I'm going to go again. So if I like that idea and I want to come back to it later, because who wouldn't? I'm going to hit the little save icon and I'm going to call it the best idea ever. It's a little Princeton cab, 110 from York Audio. Running a Jazz 120 through the front of it. Let's change that to a JCM 800. I don't think that cab quite suits that amp, but it's definitely a unique sound. So let's change it to this Friedman 412 here. And you can hear the difference an impulse response makes. It's huge. Let's try this Marshall 412 here. And maybe even this Vox 212. A Brian May mix. In fact, since I've loaded that third-party impulse response, let me see if I can get like an AC30 kind of sound here. UK30 overdrive. Maybe put a little treble booster at the front. That is a mid-honk tone. Very cool. Again, change the cab to this Friedman here. Same settings. Goes to show you how important it is to have that user control over things like cabs, impulse responses, and having 10 presets for your own mischief either side. Yes, Mooer. So what do I like about the Prime P2? Well, the touchscreen is definitely a game changer. Being able to select the preset that you want without having to just cycle through in order, and being able to swipe between the different banks is amazing. If you don't have the wireless foot switch or you can't be bothered getting your phone out, you've got way more control over the device now. And being able to swipe onto the screen above, change the Bluetooth settings, access the chromatic tuner with an on-screen display, as well as the volume, it's way better. And also less moving parts, right? So even though it's bigger, it's still portable, but if you chuck that in your bag, you're not worried about like damaging the wheel. Screen can take it. It's a beast. I think it's cool that you can use a MIDI controller, and I also like the fact that you can now download your own different amp and cab sims and third-party impulse responses, giving you way more control over your tone. One thing I would like to see is the ability to search through the tone cloud by like amp type or tone type if you need something in particular, rather than just scrolling through a big list. And I guess the only other thing is that bit of a fingerprint magnet. I know you can get different colors, but I mean, honestly, if you show someone one of your 8-minute loops, you're like, what do you think of this? And they go, great, but don't like the fingerprints. They need to get a grip. Not a grip on this though, because they put fingerprints on it, but you know what I'm saying. Anyway, thank you to Mooer for sponsoring this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you want to support the channel, you can do on my Patreon. And if you want to find out more about the Prime P2, check the link in the description below and maybe bag one for yourself. Who knows? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. You better have it done, otherwise I will find out. And I'll see you very soon.